I could read people's, auras, their energies, and give them predictions without learning anything, without any astrological backgrounds or numerology. So everything that we are, everything that we do in our life is what is a projection of the subconscious mind. So if we are able to heal the subconscious mind, then we are able to heal the life of the person itself. And of course, when we talk of the past life therapy or past life regression, in that moment, we open the layers that are there. It may be related to this life, it may be related to your past life, and of course, we go to future also.
Hello and welcome everybody. This is me Sadhna and this is my channel, The Attitude of Gratitude. Since I was a child, I am listening two things in my life. One is कुछ किया होगा ना गलत इसीलिए भुगत रहा है, या फिर पिछले जन्मों में कुछ अच्छा किया होगा ना, यानी मोती दान टाइप का कुछ किया होगा ना, इसीलिए इस जन्म में सुख भोग रहा है. So this is actually we are talking about our births before then this birth. So we have a special guest with us and this is her second podcast with us. It's regarding she will explain you herself. But before than that, let me introduce her. We have Dr. Tanu Kaushal with us and she is here, the expert of today's topic. Hi doctor, how are you?
Hi Sadhna, I'm good. How are you?
Very good. Today I'm very happy to see you.
Same here.
So how's everything going on?
Everything is just wonderful. Absolutely.
Okay,
fine.
doctor, can you please explain them today? So your camera is this side.
Yeah.
So doctor, please explain them our today's topic.
Okay, so I'm Dr. Tanu Kaushal. I'm an expert in Reiki and past life therapies, and I'm also a spiritual priestess. I'm a transformation mentor, and I work with a lot of people who are dealing with their stress related to their different problems in their life. It can be related to their mind, related to their body, related to anything that they're facing in their lives. And that's how I work with past lives, Akashic records, and working with many, many different modalities. And actually, that's my passion, helping people heal, getting better, and living a wonderful life themselves. So this is why I have been in this journey. And thank you so much for inviting me, Sadhna, here. It's wonderful to meet you again.
Same here. I am really happy to see you as you specially came from Abu Dhabi to Dubai.
Yeah.
And it was in the sunny weather. It's commendable. So doctor, as we know, but they don't know, it's basically the topic of today is past life regression, right?
Yes, yeah.
So it is very exciting for me because since my childhood, as I said, these two things I'm listening everywhere. Whenever we do something wrong or whenever something happens, so people usually talk about it. Right.
Yeah.
Karmo ka phal hai, kuch kiya hoga, kuch, something like that.
Definitely.
So before I start the topic, I would like to ask you, what was the time when you decided you have to go in this stream of Akashic or maybe this healing process basically? What was the time when you got a call from inside of your heart that yes, now I have to go for it?
Okay, it's actually been an amazing journey for me, myself, coming to this path, because I always thought, I've been a psychic from my birth and I could see people and I could see energies around me. And I thought everybody is like that. So that was how I felt that everybody could see things and that was normal for me. But growing up, I realized that no, people are different. They have different, perceptions in life. And then life went on. Then I realized, no, everybody is not like that. But yes, I was very psychic. I could read people's, auras, their energies, and give them predictions without learning anything, without any astrological backgrounds or numerology. So I used to give numerology predictions also and help them and guide them with all these things. So that was amazing for me. But that was just like a hobby, right? Where you are told, okay, this is not something that you can choose as a career because you can take it as a hobby. So it just developed like a hobby, just telling people and helping them go ahead. And then later on, I did my MCA and I, came here with my husband after I got married. Then I forgot about all these gifts that I had, and literally I forgot because I used to do it in my school, my college, then I came here, and of course we all get serious in the life,
okay,
right?
I need to interrupt you here. Have a curiosity to ask this question. As you said, you used to see that before.
Yes.
That energy is around
Yes.
you. So when you came to Dubai, when you actually, after your married life, that still you were seeing these kind of things around you?
Yeah, I was like that.
Or maybe
same.
you were ignoring them.
It was same. I used to ignore that. I thought because nobody else could see. And, my husband, he's my soulmate. So when I used to interact with him and he would say, no, I don't see anything like that. And he would be surprised, what are you seeing? So I thought, okay, maybe I need to negate it because I cannot see it. Maybe it's my illusion. And that's what I started thinking, that maybe I need to see a doctor because I used to have a lot of headache at that time.
Okay.
Migraines, like I used to have migraines. And that usually happens with people who are very sensitive to energies. Okay, so that was one issue I used to have. So I even consulted many doctors to check, is there an issue? Why do I see such things around? Am I going through some mental issues or something like that? But nothing came out and everything was fine. But going ahead in life, I just forgot that I have this part of me which is like very active.
Even when you are saying that, when I heard for the first time, I was a child. But as I grew, I realized this happens.
Yeah.
These things are there.
Yes.
As we say, the good is there, so bad should also be
Definitely.
there.
Yes.
It's opposite of that. And when we say we have God, so opposite to God is evil. So that also is there.
Yeah.
We cannot say every energy is negative, but it depends, right?
Definitely.
And as I grew as a child and now I'm an adult, so I have seen so many episodes and so many things where I actually did a research because I have very much curiosity about these kind of things. I want to know that. And this is like, the horror movies and all.
Yes.
So when you have a curiosity, you learn about it, right?
Definitely.
And even I accepted that the science is also accepting this, that this is there.
Recently, yes, we have a lot of devices also to see the auras of a person. They're called Kalinian cameras. Then we have many more devices now that we can use to check the aura of a person. And of course, people like me who are into energy healing, definitely we can use our third eye to perceive the aura. Why I am saying perceive here? Because we cannot see it. That's what people think, Everybody thinks like you can see it. Can you see it directly? But that's like perceiving the aura, where you can actually make out that it is, and also it is not done through your normal vision, it is done with the peripheral vision. That is something that people need to understand, because mostly people, 90% or I'll say 99% of people are intuitive, they can see all these things, but they try to negate it. That maybe this is not what I actually see, and maybe it's my illusion, and they just want to shut it down.
I see. So that is actually happens.
It happens with most of the people, and especially with kids. When they are young, before 7 years of age, they can see a lot of things.
I have heard
yes,
that
because the pineal gland is active. After that, the pituitary takes over.
Even the dogs.
Yes,
I have
of course.
seen that.
Pets,
Animals,
their sense of, their senses are way much more sharper than us. Yeah, they can see beyond what we can see. We just see maybe 5 to 10% of what is around us. So rest of it, we don't know what is there.
Right.
That's what is told to us, right? It is beyond our perception, but it does still exist around us. So that's how the pets can see, dogs can see, cats can see. They can travel between different dimensions, and they can see what is happening. So that's the gift that they have, and we still need to develop those gifts.
I see. So when you came here and you got married, then after that, what you decided to do with your journey? Means it was still the thought that I want to go to healing, or maybe there was a thought change?
That was never a thought I had, because that was never an option for me. So by, with my education that I have done, I'm an MCA, I did my MCOM, and I also did my fashion designing. So I was very happy to work with my, the skills that I had. So when I came here, then I used to work in a school, but that was not satisfying for me somehow. Then I had my kids and different things I had, and I tried all sorts of things. So I've been working with many, many things. So then I had my kids and we had health issues. That's the reason I came to healing.
Okay.
So my kids and me, we all used to face a lot of health issues. Of course, I used to see energies here and there. Everything was there. But apart from that, the major reason was to overcome the health issues that we all were facing. Majorly, that was the reason that brought us to healing. Then I learned Reiki, and that's how the real journey started.
Okay.
Understanding that, what these energies are, why do you see them, and how can you work with them? Because it's just the energy that's around everyone. It's the key energy, right? Our prana energy.
Right.
And we all have it. but we don't know, or I'll say we have forgotten how to use it.
How to use it. So I think there is something extra, as we say, that we have to have that extra X in ourselves. So I think that X is in you. So let's talk about the journey which we are talking about. It was a topic of past life regression.
Yes.
So what is past life regression? And before than that, sorry to interrupt again, I want to ask, only you are doing this healing kind of practice in your house, or do you have any more healers in your house?
That's a very interesting question. I'm the only one who's a healer in my whole family. Not even my, father stuff relatives. Nobody is into healing. Nobody has ever ventured into this path, and I'm the only one. You can say I'm the black sheep of my family.
Wow. And then how they accepted it? Because it is something which everybody is not doing. Right? It is a bit different.
Still, I think there are a lot of taboos in our society in India where people don't accept healing. They think like what it is. They sometimes take
people
it as...
People are usually thinking about waste of money.
Absolutely.
And they are making us fool. These are the questions
they think of it as a placebo effect. It may not actually work. It is just a placebo effect that you're doing it. You're doing counseling for people. Is it really working? And does it really make a change to the person? So that's what they normally assume. And looking at our families, they all believe in astrology, numerology, but there are a lot of people who will not even understand what is healing and how does past life therapy work. So yes, there are lots of, still thoughts going on in people's mind that what are you doing? Is it really something that works? But now, thankfully, by grace of God, everybody in my family and friends, and they understand what I do. So they are. It is
basically
supportive.
A very different journey, because if somebody is a doctor, still we can understand.
Yes.
But this is when somebody is telling me, I am seeing this. And then you, first, your thought will be like that if I share that with my friend, will she think about me I'm a normal person, or am I into something, or somebody has done something on me? It is, the people thought are like that. So I want to just tell my viewers, this is all real, that what we are talking about, and she is a proof here. Because the point is, we have seen lot of theories, lot of podcasts, lot of movies, and one thing I really want to share. Real life comes from real life.
Absolutely.
So whatever happened,
totally agree.
Whatever is happening and whatever had happened, we only show that, because only that comes in thoughts, right?
Definitely. All the movies that we are seeing now, maybe related to the Stargates or related to ancient civilizations, even the day-to-day stories that we see in our movies, they're all inspired by real life.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, even the books that people write, they're all inspired by something. Somebody has
to inspire. Because now the life is like that. We are not even thinking of something as happening.
Absolutely.
So how unpredictable life is, and how unpredictable the life beyond.
True.
Right? True. So let's get into the topic, doctor, because I really want, we should get more information about it. And I'm really happy that now the family is accepting and they are valuing what you actually started.
Absolutely.
And okay, so let's start. Just first question is that, what is past life regression?
So past life regression is a process where a person is generally taken through hypnosis. Okay, and through hypnosis we take that person into deep theta state. Deep theta state is a state where the person's body sleeps, but the person's mind is 100% awake. And at that moment, what happens is not just the conscious mind, the subconscious mind awakens. And in that moment, we can work with the subconscious mind, because conscious mind is just 10% of our daily life, and that's what we do. That's the active mind, right?
Right.
Subconscious mind is what takes over when we go to sleep, or this is the mind that controls us. So everything that we are, everything that we do in our life is what is a projection of the subconscious mind. So if we are able to heal the subconscious mind, then we are able to heal the life of the person itself. And of course, when we talk of the past life therapy or past life regression, in that moment, we open the layers that are there. It may be related to this life, it may be related to your past life, and of course, we go to future also. We can check and we can get the guidance for the future. What is the plan of the future?
So I really want to interrupt you here. As you said, that we see past life.
Yes.
So just after we born, before than this life, or how many lives we can see?
A person can have thousands of lifetimes.
Thousands of lifetimes.
And there is not just the past lifetimes, there is also time where a soul has not taken birth. That's called the time between lifetimes.
Okay.
So we can actually go and check what happened there. We can check why the person is suffering certain, ailments or relationship issues or addictions or whatever problems they are going through.
So in this current situation, wherever we have, people are really having everything perfect.
Yes.
But still they are unhappy.
Yeah.
Because there is something which is not right. They are rich, they are having good families, wife loves husband, husband loves wife, kids, they have good, beautiful life, everybody is very sharp-minded, but still there is a point when they are feeling alone or maybe not happy. So what is the cause? Is this related to a past life?
It can be related to a desire which was not fulfilled in the past lifetime, or the person may be experiencing something which is not yet fulfilled for them, or something which is from the past life. It can be both the things, because we have a soul plan for this life, and we also have certain things which are incomplete, which are a part of the soul plan, plus new desires that you have developed in this lifetime, right? So both the things are there. So when a person is not satisfied in their life, mostly it is because spirituality is something that is a part of us. We think that spirituality is separate from me, but we cannot separate spirituality from a person. So if you don't meditate, if you don't sit quietly with yourself, then you're just neglecting yourself, because you're just looking at the outside world. We're just going outside. We're not going inside. So until you go inside and you seek, what am I seeking? What am I looking for? Until you check that, until you fulfill yourself, it doesn't get fulfilled. And that feeling of being unsatisfied, dissatisfied with life stays there. So one reason can be, yes, something is incomplete in your soul plan. Second can be, maybe you have to go ahead in your spiritual path and you are just trying to run away from it. So both the things can be there.
So what I have actually learned, because I am keep on talking and reading about all of that, I have learned that the death is the reality of life.
True.
Right? And before a person is dead, being a mother, being a father, being a doctor, being an engineer, being a chartered accountant, being a celebrity, or doing whatever in life, we have a motive for a person to be in this birth, right?
Yes.
So that birth, or maybe that motive, is to connect with ourselves. Is this only the reason we take birth? So that those who have not been connected with themselves, or those who have not fulfilled their previous dreams, or maybe, but the main focus, as I am listening to so many things right now these days, because actually one is you, because I really wanted to know about it, and second, I had a question from there. As a death is reality, so being connected with you, as we always say, self-love, self-care, self this, self that. So the question is, what is that exactly? Means, is it that we have to connect with ourselves? That is a goal of this birth?
Yeah, what you're saying is absolutely right. But a person has a soul plan for each life. That's also called the prarabdha of that life, right?
Okay.
So soul plan is the prarabdha, means what you have planned for that particular life. Of course, connecting to God, becoming spiritual is an integral part of it. But at the same time, we also have certain plans or certain goals in that life. There may be 3 to 4, soul plan में 3 to 4 हमारे पास में ऐसे objectives हो सकते हैं which I have come to fulfill, which can be with my family, which can be with my loved ones, maybe becoming a doctor, because last life they could not become a successful doctor. This life may maybe becoming a successful actor, because past life they could not fulfill it. So these are certain things that a person comes back to fulfill. And yes, spirituality is one thing that we have to take care in this life.
Okay, actually there is a confusion. Okay, I am trying to understand still.
True, yeah.
As I said, being in this birth and getting connected with you, if you are not maybe in any birth or maybe in this birth, because I have seen lot of people, lot of happy people I have seen.
Yes.
And when you personally talk to them, because initially nobody will talk to you openly, right?
True.
Till the time very close you are. I have seen people are not satisfied. Even in this life, I've see 1,000 of people I have met as of now. I am 40, true. Right? 1,000 of people I have met, but the person who you are seeing very happy, and one day you are seeing that person is still not happy. when you ask them, family is good, happy, everything is happy, but still something they are missing. So I think that burden they are carrying from the past life.
That's again the unfulfilled desires from the past life, which they have not fulfilled. So it may be related to just finding love in the life. The purpose can be as small as just taking care of your children. Purpose doesn't need to be, always serving the country or becoming the prime minister like our prime minister has, right? He has a wonderful purpose to achieve in this life. But for that, he must have worked hard. He must have really worked hard in the previous lifetimes.
Right.
That's why he's able to do it so effortlessly.
Right.
So purpose can be as small as just taking care of your child, which you could not do it in the past life, or maybe something bigger than that. And we can have multiple purposes in life. We can have like 4 to 5 major purposes in life, and rest of the things can be also there. That is how the soul plan is formed of a person. That what is it that they are going to achieve in this life? We cannot come here without a purpose, right? You cannot go to a meeting without having an agenda.
Right.
If you go there without an agenda, you will be lost.
Lost, right.
So that's why when a person takes birth, they need to have an agenda. What you are here, why are you taking this birth, what you want to sort. And accordingly, when you are clear with your agenda, then your life, starts to take shape with the people who will be there, your parents, your colleagues in work, or your children, or your spouses. Everything is decided accordingly, and then the contracts with these people are formed.
There are so many questions are coming in my head.
Please. Yeah, you can ask.
Yeah. So that is first thing.
Yeah.
That people are coming in this birth and they are maybe realizing what is the exact point or time, because you never know who needs what time, which time, and where. So what is the exact time or symptoms in somebody's life that they should look for a healing? Healing in a purpose, as I did Akashic with you.
Yes.
And since I have done with one of the other persons also, and when I spoke to you, and see, I have a little bit different kind of nature where I really want, actually, that person is right or this person is wrong. So I wanted to compare, and then I did. And when I spoke to both of you, it was commendable, because I really got change in my life and I understood the purpose of my life. And till the time you don't do something, you cannot advise people to go for it, right?
Absolutely.
So that was exactly the case where I really wanted to do that. And it was really nice that since after that, I'm really feeling the purpose of my life. What is my purpose? But for our viewers, I would like to say, when is the exact time? There should not be one time only. There are few things that they have to see.
Not necessarily a person should have multiple things, disturbed in a life. Then they can go for a past life session, or then they can go for an Akashic session. Okay. So whatever is happening in loops is there to teach you a lesson. So if something is repeated continuously in loops.
Can you give us an example?
Like suppose a person is not getting job.
Okay.
They're getting rejections after rejections after rejection. Or maybe say a student who's not getting selected in exam.
Right.
There must be a reason behind it. Either it's not a part of their soul plan, or the person needs to do something else, or they are missing on some important lessons. And once they learn those lessons, they're able to move ahead in life. Right? So it may be, because of a reason that they are not able to operate from that space, and that's what is creating that hurdle. So once you remove that hurdle from there, that's how we're able to succeed.
Okay. And after this, I really want to know that people think that we are making them fool.
Yeah. Many times.
They are having always this question whether this person is right, I should go for this, or I should go for that. Whether they are saying right or wrong or anything. How we can clear that doubt of them? That actually, see, their first thought is that, as I said, past life regression means we will see our past lives. So how to make a person understand that this actually happens?
So let me give you a few indicators. When you go to a healer, or when you want to know, first just talk to them. Understand, are you feeling comfortable with them? Because what happens, a lot of time we are not comfortable with the healer, but we just go to the healer because they are famous. Because they appear too much on the social media, and that's the irony of today's life, that everybody who's into spirituality, even if you're a good teacher or you're a good healer, you will have to be on the social media, which was not required before. Right? So that's one thing that you have to check. When you connect to somebody, how do you like the energy of the person? Are they really in that mode where they can heal you? while you're interviewing, you can ask them few questions. You can ask them basic questions, how long they have been working, how they can help you. They can, you can actually discuss your issue with them. That is one thing that you need to check before you take healing, before you take a past life therapy session from somebody, right? There are a lot of people who have just learned for 3 to 6 months and they come to healing directly.
Yeah, a lot of are there now.
That's one thing that I would say you should avoid directly taking a past life session from somebody who's new to healing, right? It can definitely be disturbing for you, but there is one disclaimer that I want to add here. Whoever is doing past life session, they're very well trained and they know how to bring a person back from their past life, because this is the fear that everybody has.
This is what my next question was.
Yeah.
If you are taking a session, and when we say that it happens through hypnotist or something like that.
Yes, hypnotherapy, yeah.
Hypnotherapy. So when we close our eyes, so we connect with these kind of dreams, like what we see means, as you are saying, that you take a permission to enter in somebody's past life.
Definitely, we have to take permission, and we take that person. Plus, at the same time, I am also able to perceive what the person is seeing.
Right. So is it happens like that way also, that where they also can see or can feel something?
They definitely feel a lot of things, and that's how we validate. Are you feeling like this? Are you going through this? Do you see this around you?
I still remember you asked me one question and I said not.
Yes.
You asked me one question.
It can happen.
So that was a thing, as you said later to me, that it happened somewhere, but you did not ask a question. So I was thinking like it was not relevant to you. You have not shared that information.
Yes. So we as healers, we can see a lot of things there, but we only look for answers what you are seeking. As psychics, as healers, we
what
may see 100
have seen
things.
First time?
Regarding what?
In your first, after healing, that you are doing that Akashic and everything, what you have seen about you first time?
I used to see visions from my childhood of my past lives. I've never shared with my family also, but I used to get a lot of visions of me in different places, and sometimes my lives which were not on earth also. So I've been seeing all those visions, and I've not shared with my parents. Not everybody, very few people know that I have had such things in my life, because I think not everybody is yet ready to understand where I am and what I'm processing and what I'm going through. So I used to share very limited things with my family, understanding that yes, they can only understand where they are, and I can only meet them what they are ready to take, right? So I had to be very selective about what I shared. So for me, the first lifetime that came up was when I was in Africa, maybe in 900 something, and that was the most weirdest thing for me, because that was the longest of the visions that I had seen. And that was during one of my Reiki meditations when I had learned Reiki, and that was in 2019, because before that it was just glimpses, or in my dreams I used to visit my past lifetimes, and this was really intense for me, because I was just sitting and I saw myself in Africa, working there with my parents, and I was living a life there, and I was not sure what is happening, because I just saw it as a movie. So for me, I can explain that it was like as if a movie is running and I'm playing a character there. And I'm just watching that this is what is happening to me, and everything was visible in front of my eyes. I could hear, I could feel, I could sense the, even the fragrance of the trees there, the nature, because that was like an African village. So I could feel all of that. That was a very different experience for me. And when I opened my eyes and came out of that experience, I could not believe myself. I did not know whom should I share this with.
Oh, it is very...
It was very scary.
Yeah, it is actually. I mean, you are in some other world and then you're coming out from there and nobody is there to trust you.
Absolutely. I had nobody to share that dream with. So that was not like a dream. I was in meditation. So it was a vision. And the most scariest part, or maybe I'll say the most, amazing part was that my dad, who's my dad right now in this life, he was my father in that life also. So I was like, am I imagining all this? Is this really happening, or what is this? What should I do? Then I shared it with my teacher, and she said, maybe you're getting some glimpses. And she just said, okay, let it be, it will come off. Because when we do Reiki, we definitely think like, it will be healed and it will be released. Yes, it did get healed later on, and I could come out of it with my Reiki healing also. So that was the reason I went ahead with my PhD in Reiki and past life therapies, because with Reiki, I could heal all of that.
That's very nice and different. I have one more question.
Yeah.
So if somebody is into the process of, doing your past life regression, so when you do this with hypnotist or hypnotherapy.
Yeah. There are two ways
They
actually.
sleep.
Before you complete your question,
Yeah.
let me help you
They
out with that.
sleep.
They don't need to sleep. That's why I want to add up. There are two ways of doing it. So people who are comfortable with hypnotherapy, lying down and sleeping, and they're comfortable with going into that deep state, we take them through hypnotherapy. But people who are not comfortable with that, we can use the Akashic meditation, where we just need the person to sit down, close their eyes, and they are definitely there. But the only thing is that they go into a very relaxed state. So I am the person who's going to open up the past life, and I will be checking everything and giving them the details. But at the same time, they do feel it. They do feel it happening. They do feel the emotions happening, like we did for you.
I too cried.
That was the second way of doing it, and it is much easier because people feel that they are in control. Because when you ask the person, okay, can I do hypnosis on you? Many people are hesitant. They don't want to let go of the control.
They are scared.
They don't want to let go of the control, and the
Right.
fear is about what will happen. What is the person going to see?
And then they will not wake up.
They may not wake up, or maybe they will stay in the past life. That
Right.
is also one fear that people
And
have.
one more question I have. If something, suppose if I have done something very bad thing in my past life, maybe I have done something, I was a thief, or I was a murderer, or I was whatsoever.
Yeah.
These all things are, which is negative things. So if I will know about it, how will I live now? Means this is very different for me now. If I'll be blamed as you were this that time. So how you will feel like? So if somebody will know about them, how they will behave with that stuff that I want to know.
Okay, that's very interesting, because what happens is when we are doing the past life sessions, or when we are doing the Akashic sessions also, it's not just about looking at the situation, not just about looking the life that you had, because that may bring in guilt. Right. But when we do these sessions, the motive is to heal that situation. Motive is to remove the charge from there, plus learn the lessons from there. The only purpose of opening a past life is always to learn what are the important lessons from there. If there are any foundations or any obligations, we remove them from there and free the person from that past life. Sometimes the soul of the person is stuck into those memories. The brain might be stuck, right? That's why the subconscious takes you there. So we free the person from there, bring the soul fragments back, integrate the person, heal the person, and that's how they are released from that lifetime. And then we close that life. So memories may remain, but the charge will not remain. So you may not feel guilty at all, or you may not blame yourself.
Okay, and tell me one more thing.
Yeah.
Because of past life sins or whatsoever, the incomplete wishes or any thoughts, our present also can be suffer, or future?
Our present, the present that you are living today, is based on your past life, right? Because prarabdha is what we are bringing from our sanchit karmas, right? Whatever sanchit karma you have, it is a combination, a compilation, a collection of all the lifetimes that you have lived, of all the karmas that you have incurred. It can be good, it can be bad. So karma, we can't just define by saying karma is bad. Karma is just karma, an action or an inaction that you have done. That's karma, right? So any karma that you have incurred in your past life, or you did not do that karma, makes up your sanchit karma. And when we choose our present life soul plan, or we choose this prarabdha we choose in our present lifetime, then we are very clear about what are the lessons I want to learn. So you bring in those particular lessons to be learned in this lifetime, you bring in those karmas to be sorted in this lifetime, and you bring those things with those people you have to sort them. So everything is planned in advance, so that we can live it accordingly.
So that is like that.
Definitely, we can call it a sin, or we can call it a good deed also. So we do definitely have good karma, right? So if you meet a soulmate in this lifetime and you're living good life with them, definitely it's a good karma.
Okay, so now I have a question. As you said that, yeah, it can be, we can have our previous karmas which we can deal in this life, and because of that we have issues or something is. So tell me one more thing, as I interrupted you in between. I think you were telling me that when is the exact time a person can look for this? And after that I have one more question.
Okay, so when a person is facing continuous repeated cycles of some problem in their life, which can be related to losing a job, not getting proper job, or not getting selections, facing relationship issues, there are many people who come with continuous having problems with, retaining a partner. where they are not able to have a partner in their life. That's also a relationship problem that people can face.
And
So
nowadays, if we are seeing, sorry, because I have
it's okay.
questions in between. So nowadays we are seeing that people are having extramarital affairs. And see, simple as that. I'm not against anything. But the point is, when somebody is not having something in their life, that is the exactly time. Because now, if not thousand of people are doing it, if everybody is doing nowadays that, because I think I should say this in front of the camera or not, but it is happening, right? Indirectly we are doing something which we should not do, right? But everybody now, the divorces are happening on the higher scale. Now you see extramarital affairs are happening on the higher scale. Now you see people are...
I will interrupt you here and I will just ask you one
Yeah.
question. Are they satisfied after the divorce?
This is what I want to know, actually.
Actually,
Yeah.
why? Because the problem is not the relationship. The dissatisfaction is inside. It's not the relationship, it's not the job, it's not the work that they're doing, it's not the world. So people are not dissatisfied with everything around them. They are dissatisfied with themselves. And that's what they are not realizing. Because if you look around yourself, nowadays, what we call Gen Zs, right? They're not interested in praying. They're not interested in connecting to God. Meditation, you will say they'll run away. Where do you get peace then? You don't want to connect to your parents. They don't want to sit with elders. They don't want to get any guidance. And if you don't have that guidance, if you don't have that awareness, how to lead your life, how to connect to God, whatever religion you may follow, but you may not be happy.
Right.
So that's an integral part of it. That's why we say spirituality is not based on religion. Spirituality is what connects you to God. You can practice any form of being spiritual. You can practice any form which gives you peace. It can be yoga, it can be meditation, it can be just sitting 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes quietly. That is what brings you peace. And that is why you see there is so much dissatisfaction. And this, as I said, this dissatisfaction doesn't go away.
So you mean to say the divorce is what people are doing right now? It is not required.
It is not required, definitely. And of course, they are not ready to adjust. They don't want to, bring any adjustments. That's also okay. Depends on your soul plan, what you have chosen. We, as we can say that our generation of people, we adjusted a lot. We used to, try and fit in everywhere. They don't want to fit in. There can be different soul plans also. There can be different reason. One major reason is, firstly, they're not spiritual. They're not connecting to themselves. Secondly, the trust is not there in the world. Missing trust. And it can also again lead to something that's coming from their past life, their roots, what they have experienced in their past lives. So they bring in here into this present life, plus then they don't want to establish that trust.
Okay, and what about this abusive marriage, or these kind of marriages are also there? If somebody is into that, so it can be a part of
everything that we are living today comes from some of your past life.
Okay.
Everything has its root somewhere, right? What you are looking at right now, it's just a picture that's in front of you. But what are the origins of it? That will be definitely a past life. There are people who don't resonate with past life theories and they don't want to look into it. I understand and I agree, and I don't want to force them to look into their past lives. They can do simple, normal Reiki healing. They can do any other form of healing. If they don't want to open up the past life, that's perfectly all right. But to understand the roots will definitely come from somewhere in your past. Even if we look at this past life, if you look at this present life and you see that somebody who's not doing well in their adult life, they may be facing some issues in the childhood that they have grown up to be a dissatisfied adult. So that can be childhood trauma as well.
As you spoke about child, so for children also we can do that? Or
we don't know.
What is the exact age?
For children we don't generally do the past life session before 18 years of age, because still they need to complete their karma. It is said that after 14 years a child starts to take on their own karma. But we generally avoid until 18. If it is an urgency, definitely we can look into it. And for that we use proxy session. So in that proxy, we can, work with the parents, because mostly they are carrying the patterns which the parents must have been through in their lifetime.
I see. Okay.
So if the healing of a child is required, then we can definitely work with the parents.
Okay, and tell me one more thing. There are stubborn, you know, as everybody is
Yeah,
like that. I am a bit stubborn for maybe something else, but there are stubborn people who really don't want to get healed. When you are telling them that I think you need a healer, or maybe you need a psychologist, or maybe you need a psychiatrist, they think that we are indirectly telling them they are mad,
Absolutely.
right?
True.
But in these kind of people, like when somebody is not even interested to know anything about it, but as a person we are seeing that person is suffering, and when as a human there are people who actually can't see others suffering, right? So when we want to help them and we are guiding them that you should go for this path, you should go and meet somebody, at least you need to heal yourself. So in this scenario, how it works for people?
Firstly, we never force healing.
Right.
So anyone who is not ready to receive a healing means that their soul is not ready to receive healing and the karma is not come to fruition. So that means we cannot help them heal.
So it means they will never get healed?
They will get healed, but at the time when they are ready to get healed. So even if we send healing to somebody who's not ready to get healing done, then it will not work for them.
Or maybe in this birth, if they will not get that call,
They will have to take another birth then.
I see. Really?
Definitely. Yeah, that's what
Means-
we have been doing. That's why we have been taking
okay.
multiple births. Because I was not ready to get healed in my past life. So I had to take this lifetime, complete my purpose. And if I don't do it in this life, it will be again sent to my next life. That's how we keep taking births, right? To complete just one simple lesson of maybe forgiveness, a person takes 6 to 7 lifetimes on an average.
Okay.
Every virtue that we
Seems
have.
like it's very heavy for me to grasp.
I know, every virtue that we have learned, we have been through multiple lifetimes,
Huh.
then learned those virtues and then come here. So these virtues are the lessons that we learn, right? Forgiveness, love, compassion, empathy. One by one, a soul has to learn all these lessons. And if you have not learned these lessons, of course, you can say, I don't want to learn, then your soul growth will not happen. So it's a soul's personal choice.
So means they will suffer throughout this birth.
It is your personal choice. If you don't learn these lessons, you don't evolve. There is a path to evolution, right?
Right.
And if you have to evolve, you can only evolve from going to grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, grade 4, and then only you can go to PhD, right?
Step by step.
You cannot directly go from grade 1 or KG to PhD. So these are the steps, or these are the paths to evolution. That's how a soul evolves.
Okay, now I'm seeing that everybody is into mostly healing and all.
Yeah.
Before, I think when I was a child, this concept was not
It was
there.
not so popular, yeah.
But from where this all of sudden has come up in the life now?
Okay. So as we know that we are all in Kali Yuga, right?
Exactly, yes.
We're all in Kali Yuga. But if you look at the scenario that's going around us, it's actually the end of Kali Yuga.
Okay.
And we are going to Satyug. We have seen all these talks by Sadhguru. There is also one book called The Holy Science by Sri Yukteswar Giri. You can read about it and you will understand how we are. Actually, he has given the calculations, that how the calculations are done and how we are able to understand that right now what is going on is Satyug is coming up, Kali Yuga is ending, and that's why there is so much, there is like a contrast of things that is happening. Suddenly everything is so good, suddenly everything is so bad, because we are shifting timelines. We're jumping into multiple timelines at the same time. So if you're good today, if you're in a higher vibration, you may go to higher timeline. But if you're not in that, you're having fear, you don't want to learn your lessons, then what will happen? You will go down in the lifetime.
Now we are seeing that, there are people who are seriously insane.
Yeah.
But there are people, now we are seeing the more humanity is waking up, right?
Absolutely.
People are thinking about, because before when I was a child, I had seen a lot of people. It is not always I had seen bad. But now the Gen Zs are there, right? The Gen Z people are really more kinder than what I used to see before.
Absolutely, that's true, because Gen Zs are very good at heart, and these are actually indigo children or rainbow children or crystal children.
And then what I also felt about Gen Zs they are more mature than us. It is very big statement that I'm saying, but how the maturity level, because they know what is actually right. Why? Because here they keep themselves first.
Yeah.
And they are actually the people who are telling us the value of being you.
True, they teach you how to love yourself.
Yeah, and since childhood we are just thinking, love yourself, love yourself, love yourself. Every celebrity is coming another day with any kind of protein shakes, and then the exercise modes are coming,
Absolutely.
the yoga. If you have to accept the way you are, why you are showing these kind of parameters, why you advertising this?
That's the whole
this
point
is what
of
my
it.
question is.
That's the whole point of it. The
Though
whole
there are-
industry
yeah.
is fake actually. They
This
don't
is what-
practice
yeah.
what they advertise.
This is what my point was, because few days before I had seen 2 back-to-back reels, and it was just after one.
Yeah.
First of all, I decided to love myself the way I am. I love myself, that is for sure.
True.
But
Absolutely.
all of a sudden, I have seen a celebrity is doing an ad for protein shake. Then I realized, if they are saying, because now they are in a state where they are not that skinny, they became a mother.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
they have put on weight, so they are becoming like influencers. Love yourself, like
They
yourself.
actually don't practice that.
Right.
They don't use all those stuff that they promote.
No, my point was like, when they are skinny, they publicize things.
Yeah.
When they are into a state where they have put on weight because of pregnancy or anything, that time they are spreading the word of love yourself, because they want to love themselves.
Because
right?
they want to prove their
Right,
point that
right.
yes, it is okay to love
They are
themselves.
best. Now we are happy like this.
Yeah, yeah.
We are happy like
Yeah,
so. This
true.
is what it is. Just like a
It's
making
like a
people,
fake world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody has mask on.
And these Gen Zs are here, and
They,
why
they
I started
are
that-
without a mask.
they are. You say anything.
So that's what
You
the
don't
point
like
I
me?
was bringing
Leave.
up about.
You don't like, bro. Come on, like.
yeah. That is what I was bringing up about the crystal children, the
Yeah,
indigo
yeah,
children.
right.
So these are basically children who are much advanced than us,
Hmm.
and these children, they have come from different places, different galaxies, and they are coming here now to help the humanity to evolve. I know this is a very difficult concept for everybody to understand. That
Maybe people will not be able to digest that as well.
that's what I'm saying. But this is the reality. This is how it is. By 2030, we will be completely out of the Kali Yuga, and we will be in Satyug by 2030, which is the reality which is happening now. We
So
may
this
not
is somewhere
accept it.
mentioned that you said that?
The book, as I mentioned, you can read that book, The Holy Science by Yukteswar Giri, Sri Yukteswar Giri. You can read that book, and you will get it. The complete calculation of why it is like that. Even Satyug is mentioned by Sadhguru. He has mentioned in many of his videos about how it is there, and definitely we can all go through, and we can feel it within ourselves. We
Because
can
the
feel
thought
that
is
change.
also changing.
Yes, we can feel that change within us. We no longer want to carry our burden anymore.
I have.
We want to let go of it. We want to be free.
I have something very exciting just came in my head. When I was a child, I used to see. Okay, that time my parents were there, my mother was there. So my mother also had, the Taiji, Chachi ji,
Yeah.
Falana, and then Timkana. So these kind of females were getting be with each other. But on the other side, I have seen that jealousness, that if she's having this, why I don't have,
Yeah.
and why she's happy, why I am not. These things I had seen, and everybody will accept that.
We all have seen
right?
jealousy
We
everywhere.
have seen, but nowadays when we are seeing a woman standing by a woman, as we used to say that, and from there it came like mother-in-laws, then
Definitely.
sister-in-laws,
That
laws,
was
laws,
like,
old.
the mother-in-law teaches her daughter-in-law how to be a mother-in-law, then it goes on forward. So we are the change makers actually. Our generation is the change maker, where we no longer accept that, and we no longer want to send it to our kids.
That is absolutely nice, because whenever I do any podcast with any female, this comes always there. Because if we will not help humanity, what else we are expecting?
Absolutely.
Be human, please.
Yes.
Salman Khan ने सिर्फ tag दिखाने के लिए नहीं start किया है.
Be human,
at
yes.
least.
We all should be human. Yeah, absolutely.
So this is what I was thinking, and then so many thoughts you have cleared, and then I think for our viewers you have given a good idea, and now is the best point, and I think you will not be expecting it, but I have a question.
Yes.
The question is again,
Bring it on.
as we are saying, this is a spiritual path.
Yeah.
And when I go to some healer or anybody or anyone, they charge. And people have more problem with charges. So they say, if you are in the spiritual path, why you are charging? So what you will say about it? Because this is very
I'll
blunt
tell
and
you
upfront. I want to
yeah.
say to my viewers, because I have heard myself. So I really want to get an answer from the expert. So now you listen to it properly.
I'll tell you something very interesting. So as I just shared with you, that if we don't normally learn a lesson or a virtue, we take at least 6 to 7 lifetimes.
Right.
But when you go to a healer, what happens? You're able to clear your ancestral baggage.
Right.
You're able to clear your own baggage. And if you come to me or to go to somebody with past life works where you're doing, we may clear those 7, 8, 9, 10, maybe multiple lifetimes in that one session. Are we not interfering with your karma?
Right.
So because we are helping you evolve out of those karmic loops, an exchange has to be made so that you are able to balance the exchange, plus the healer is also able to balance.
And that is right also.
Definitely.
Why?
That's why, because we are working with the energies, and when we are balancing your karma, when we are dealing with all these things, so that as healers, we don't have to live your karma. Because something has to be done, right? Either I can take it, because that's what happened when we see Sai Baba. When somebody used to go to him for healing, he used to take on the karma of that person, and that person used to get better. We have all read his stories, and we have understood like that. Saints used to do
And
that.
how
100
much he
years ago.
suffered.
They all suffered.
Jesus Christ.
Absolutely.
And how much all this
That's
suffered.
the reason they suffered, because they used to take that karma on themselves, and that's how we used to get healed, or the normal people used to get healed who did not know how to get the healing done. But for us, that's the benefit that we have now, because now the new generation healers have come. We have come up with a lot of new healing techniques, lot of scientific techniques which can help us to release that karma. And something I want to bring to an awareness to everyone, that this past life and all these things helps you to break the cycle of living multiple lifetimes after lifetimes after lifetimes. Now the time has come where we need not live those lifetimes with the same pattern.
Right.
We can break it and we can have a good life.
Right. Last topic I really want to ask you. Is there any myth you want to break in front of the camera today?
There was one myth that I have already broken, that was about, losing control over yourself, not being able to wake up and coming with that pain. These are some myths that everybody has, that if we do a past life session, then I may not come back whole. I may bring all those pains with me. So these are few myths that people have. And I think everybody should understand now that if you are working with somebody who's expert in the field and people who have worked for few years, they are very well trained to bring you safely back. So you can trust your healer and then definitely go for healing.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say to our viewers in the camera?
I would
Last
just say,
suggestion or help.
So one thing that I always feel is that every family should have a healer. No matter what you practice, either you practice simple meditations or you practice just Reiki healing, I really wish that I see a healer in every family, so that every family gets healed, everybody gets alternative suggestions apart from taking medicines, because medicines may not heal you all the time. They may have certain side effects. So my suggestion to all my viewers who are listening to Attitude of Gratitude will be, please do learn some form of healing for yourself and for the sake of your family. Because when you heal yourself, you don't just heal yourself, you heal your 7 generations up and 7 generations down. So you are able to clear a lot of karma, a lot of patterns which are repeated in your family, which you may not be liking, but you may not be recognizing also. So this is the only suggestion I have. Please learn some form of healing, practice meditation, and sit with yourself. And that's what my dream is.
That's very lovely dream of you, doctor, and I'm really happy to have you here. And I would like to tell my viewers that very soon we are coming up with some kind of horror stories as well, as we discussed. So the topics we will not disclose right now. Dear all, I really want to say, all of you, whether you follow any religion or anything in your life, please have one healer in your family, so that they can understand and can make your world better. Because if every family will be having a healer, then you understand the number of healers we will be having, in this life. And second thing, we don't need to run here and there. We just have a healer around us. It is, wow, what beautiful thought is that.
We all can heal our families.
Right?
Yeah.
And then it is a peaceful journey for the person as
Everyone.
well who
Yes.
gets into it.
Yes, yes.
So that's it for today, and it was really lovely episode we had today, and I'm really excited. Thank you everybody, and thank you, doctor.
Thank you so much,
And
Sadhna. Thank you.
this is me, Sadhna, and this is my channel, The Attitude of Gratitude. Love you all.